Leepus, Dizzy. Chapter 4. Name, Leepus. Leepus what? Just Leepus. DOB, uncertain, data rinsed, reduction minus a few decades, give or take. Stakeholder registration, disinvested. Entitlement, expired. Means of support, I play cards. Whose colours? Strictly freelance. Scrutinised by our future on any prior occasion. What, the college not omniscient, lad? The prefect, non-com, stiffens, says, respond in English only. The cohort behind him shifts leery, students hefting weapons. Lepus reads adolescent features. Eye flick in shadow of helmet visor. Stab vest breastplate thumb-hooked, forefinger pointing at vault whip. The prefect feeling horny. The illiterate twat wants to jolt him. Lepus opts to muck, stoops and loses a couple of inches. The prefect leans in with his head cam, saying, detail your last 48 hours. Asleep, Lepus coughs. For a full 2 days. Been feeling a bit rough. Rough? Bringing up blood and stuff. Lepus hacks ragged, spits out a whirling phlegm bolas. The prefect eyes it dangling from the twisted metalwork of the portcullis. Lepus picks up his thread, says, herb witch down in the village sorts me out with some magic powder, puts me into a fucking coma. The prefect inching back then, saying, any activity out here you observe? Maybe you hear a vehicle, some other kind of commotion. Lepus shakes his head, leans on a concrete doorpost. You reside here alone? The prefect craning, scanning the ivy-veined tower. Yeah, except for the bats in the lift shaft. Wildlife harbours disease. Lepus shrugs, summons another expectorant spasm. Can we carry this on inside, he wheezes. Damp air's killing my chest. The prefect's nostrils flattening reflexive. Preliminary investigation concluded, he says, but scrutiny is ongoing. Lepus watches the students remount their armoured tack truck. The vehicle snarls, steel screams as it guns free of the mangled portcullis, turns and bellows off down the lane in a rattle of pulverised tarmac. Lepus thinks about climbing the hill. He decides to give it 10 minutes, rides up to the tank room instead for a smoke. When he gets there, his phone is ringing. He finds it in the pocket of his greatcoat, hidden in the wardrobe by a mischievous doll. Answers it. Wrong number. Cunt's gone, Mike's voice phasing through static. Heartbeats off the premises. Don't know about the drone. Cloud base is low, but I can't see it. You coming in? Best not. Meet me. Where? Woods. Fuck's sake, it's dark in 20 minutes. The phone screen flashes, call ended. Lepus shrugs into his greatcoat and heads for the lift. He diverts to the armoury locker, pockets liquid capsaicin ampules and a couple of poppers for good measure. Feral dog packs hunt in the forest. The brutes like to run down humans, occasionally eat them. Leepus out on the hill. He noses through the plastic screens around the crime scene. A gorse clump fell at ground level. Cleared vegetation heaped. Exposed turf glistens black and greasy. Bad meat molecules taint his tongue. A plodbot swivels on its tripod logging data. Lepus whines in his neck, spits and clumps up the hill. Daylight dissolved in drizzle. The forest dark in the valley. A neighbourhood wilderness. Lepus descends gloomy, picks a random route through dripping trees to the derelict cabin cafe car park. a straggle of buddleia erupting through ancient asphalt. Fronds drip around crouching Lepus. Eroded lettering suggests his space is reserved, in a long-lost, quaintly sentimental era, for the convenience of the disabled. Lepus checking out the cafe ruins. Red glow, a breeze fanning embers in tumble-down shadows. Lepus infiltrates the collapsed wall logjam, acquires a new perspective. Mike's bulk dark against a dying fire. He hisses a soft greeting, moves closer. Mike unresponsive. Head slumped, chin on chest. Mike asleep on watch. Lepus is amused. He sneaks up behind, delivers a toe prod to Mike's kidneys. Mike topples. "Fuck," says Lepus, jumping back as Mike's body impacts the fireplace, sends sparks mosquito dancing brief above dark sizzle. Lepus' heart's a panicked hare trapped inside his rib cage. Sudden branches rattle. He turns to find buddleia looming, tumbleweeding from shadow. "Ah!" Lepus dives, scrabbles through damp leaf litter in search of an improvised weapon. "Easy," Mike's voice from foliage. "Sorry if I spook you, mate. Don't lose your fucking arse." "Piss off," says Lepus, down on hands and knees. "Shit's not even funny." "Right." Mike shrugs off her camo cape and stoops, rolls the stumpwood avatar from the fireplace and recovers her scorched leather. "I follow you in from the tree line. You don't have a fucking clue. Mine to shag at will, mate." Mike scattering kindling on embers, raising tentative fire. A mouldering banquette in a ruined log wall corner. Lepus brushes off debris and sits down sullen. "Fucking paranoiac," he says. "You could just come to the tower." Mike, arse up, head down, lighting twin smokes from nascent flame. "Don't think so, mate," she says, standing, and moves to join Lepus on slimy vinyl. "Sweaty college pride and joy boys squirting all over the gaff. I might do something silly." They smoke. Lepus waits till Mike opens her mouth to ask, then says, "I pick up the drone, but get distracted by Doll looking to top up her wages. By the time she's safely out the door, the hill's already captured. I decide to mind my own business." "Overseer finds something murky?" "Must do. Tags it for ground patrol." "You see what it is?" "Not really. They have a squint and screen the sight. That's when I roll up. I'm scoping from Fox Covert. Body dump's my best guess. Grass all black and nasty. They haul it out in 5 plastic bags. One little wanker pukes." Mike lights a smoke. Lepus takes it from her. Mike lights another, continues. And then they have a sniff around, decide to canvass suspect towers. I'm halfway down to let them in and they've rammed the damn portcullis. No call for that shit, is there? Classic force projection, mate. Couldn't see a castle, they have to crack it. My advice, rebuild stronger. Include a few IEDs. Pretty sure pink misting the prefecture's finest counts as a capital crime, but it's probably fun at the time. So, they chat you up a bit. Any intel on the dead meat? Head boy's pumping testo, officer material, wants to make an impression. So I fold under minimal pressure, throw a bit of a coughing fit and put the fear of diseases in him. Mike frowns. Obvious this corpse is tracked and well enough connected to warrant search and rescue. Not what you need on your doorstep. My sentiment exactly. Right. Mike stands, zips leather. I'd give it some serious thought, mate. We can chew it over indoors, says Leepus, kicking humus to smother the fire. Maybe make some calls. Another time, mate. Running late. Not out here to visit, then? Nah. Mike looks off into darkness. Just sliding through when I see the fuss. What's up, Mike? Stuff going on. Stuff? This and that. Nothing special. Later, then, says Leepus, too old and wise to press. Yeah, Mike says, fading. Mind how you fucking go.